welcome to the next tutorial. This will be number 3. So, not going to do too much talking with the startup procedures. I'm just going to go ahead and do the switches. I'll mention them, but I'm not going to spend time on them and say flip this, flip that. You'll just be able to see them. So you should be getting used to the switches now. And then I'll talk you through a couple of weapons. I think the first weapon we'll do, to keep it simple, are bombs. Dumb bombs. So those are just, you line it up, you drop it, you pull up, that's it. You line it up, drop it, pull it. Nothing fancy, just straight up old school bombing. So I think maybe we will try bombing the cruisers. Maybe we'll cruise over and do the cruisers. So we're going to go ahead and get our start up here. So main battery, APU, canopy. And again, the sequence after that, totally up to you. I never do it the same way twice probably. I turn the mirror on first there. Got the hood, HCMS, power, fuel, knob, S-cam, comms, ATC, callus, takeoff.
Copy. Taxi to runway 22.
Sierra 11, clear to taxi to runway 22. I like to get my clearance before I turn on my engines, so that way I'm first in line. They're kind of waiting on me. So engines are going. There's your RPMs for the engines. So they're up and going. APU not needed. Already doing pretty good here, so putting on the nav. Zoom out a little bit, grabbing the stick, brake lock off, and we're moving. And you want to speed things up a little bit, you can, and go ahead and put my flaps down so that way when you get to the runway you are set to go. It's kind of like a car. You come to an intersection, you look to make sure no one's going to hit you. Even though you know there's nothing out there, you always kind of just look. It's a precautionary measure. Make sure another plane's not going to be coming down there and run into you, because accidents do happen. And as you notice, I'm already looking to the right and left before I even get to the intersection here. So I already know that it's clear. But due diligence, you're always just double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking, making sure everything is clear. And again, a slight turn of the wrist is how you steer. Hand is on the throttle, even though I'm not doing anything. It's just a, you know, if I need to brake immediately, I don't have to look down and grab it. I already have it. And we're here, proceeding. So we'll have a couple of new switches to do. So I think maybe I'll get up in the air, and then I will put the autopilot on.
Sierra 11, hold short of runway 22.
Sierra 11, hold short, runway 22. And again, hold short is hold short of the runway, don't go out. So hands off that, locking the brake, letting go of the throttle. Who knows how long we'll be here. I don't see any planes trying to land. I see a plane way up there, but he's not landing. There's a plane way out there. If you can see the dot, and it looks like it's coming this way, that plane must be landing. So I guess we'll have to wait for him. It kind of looks like it's lined up coming in. Yeah, so we'll get to see someone land. So while we're doing that, why don't I go ahead over what we're going to do. So we're going to get airborne. I'm going to put on the autopilot and talk over a couple of things. So we're going to be at the home screen here for dropping bombs. Really not much you need to see here. Up here you can just do it by what you're doing up there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the arm. So as you can see, first weapon selected, top left over here in the hood is Vulcan. That is our gun that's on the side of the airplane. So to cycle weapons, you're going to grab the stick here, and it is going to be one of the thumb buttons here, the top one. That is our air-to-air missile. That's for air-to-air targets, short range. Anti-ship cruise missile, obviously for ships. Here we go, bomb, MK-82. We have 6 of those. As you can see up there, there's the AWACS up there, flying up above there. You can see, and you can know because it's like a big jet with a big dish on top of it. That's the radar. So here's our Mark 82s. They are armed. So when we get up in the air and get going, I will have those already pre-selected here so I can talk you through the rest of it here. So not much else I can show you with that because we're on the ground and you need to be in the air to show you what I need to show you with that. So gosh, it looked like a plane was coming into land, but what the heck? Sitting here burning fuel, man.
Sierra 1-1 tower, clear for takeoff at runway 22.
Sierra 1-1 cleared for takeoff on runway 22. So we just been cleared. I disarmed the master arm, so no arm up there. You don't want your weapons armed on the ground because if you're dropping bombs and they let go underneath your wing on the ground, bye-bye. So, all right, brake lock off. We're ready to roll. APU is off. No more things on the checklist here. Flaps pretty much already on, so we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and give us some juice here. And I'm not gonna do what you should do, but again, you want to come out here and you want to do a full stop, line yourself up and then stop completely and then take off. But I'm doing what you've felt many a times while you've flown, which is a rolling onto the runway, no stop type deal. The pilot lines it up and he's like going because they're trying to get off the runway and stuff because they got planes coming in. So there we go, full afterburner, off the throttle. Wrist is good. This is lined up perfectly with the runway here. And then once you get in the air, remember we're gonna take it out of burner. So back towards your chest on the stick. We're up, out of burner. Landing gear is up. Flaps are up, and we are golden. We are airborne and climbing. So, gonna do a turn here to the left. Okay, and just gonna do a flyby of the cruiser. I'm sorry, a flyby of the aircraft carrier. There is our wingman. He took off of the carrier there, and so now that I'm airborne, he is now joining my wing. And as you can see, the other planes, they are not with us in this tutorial, and that is because I fixed what was wrong. So I'm cutting back on the throttle here, hitting a little bit of brake, doing a little bit of dive. You can hear the, and that's basically the air hitting against the speed brake, slowing us down.
Landing gear.
Yep, there we go. I let go of the brake.
Landing gear.
A little bit of throttle.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
And
Landing gear.
master caution just turns that off because it's kind of annoying if you know whatever they're telling you and okay, I know I'm not landing. So there's a couple of the other aircraft there on the deck. He's holding things up. I'm not sure why they're on the deck.
Altitude.
Yep, altitude. So
Altitude.
yep, and again you can silence that. So here's my one wingman. He's flying with me, nobody else. The other ones are up here flying in their normal path. So giving us some throttle here. And then I'm going to do master arm on. All right, so now what you see up in the HUD here is you see the plane relation there. Now the key to bombing is you have to have altitude. You can't do it from too low. So you have to get you some altitude. So I'm gonna just pop on the burner. Altitude, we're at 1200. We're gonna get up, you know, 3, 4, 5,000. And again, angle, not more than 15 there at a 15 mark. You know, if we needed to get up higher, quicker, we could do that, but just make sure you have the afterburner on, which is right there, AB, fully pressed on the throttle there. Okay. Zoom out. Okay, out of burner. Alright, so we're at 5,000 feet, so we're going to need to go to the left, but how we're going to decide what we want to do is go to the map, go to the objectives. So objective 1, if we want to destroy the tanks, we hit that waypoint and it will tell us where we need to go. Next is destroy ground forces, which are infantry and some trucks. 3 is the cruisers. 4 is the carriers. And 5 is some bombers. And 6 is fighters. Anything you want to engage, you just hit the waypoint. So previous, next, that's the menu. We're going to go to, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to go to the carriers waypoint. Home, nav, that's where it's telling us we need to go. So we need to go to the left over here. So we're going to the left. And again, you want to make sure this is up above the ground and then pull the stick back towards your chest. That's making us turn quicker. So the G's, as you can see, are going up 2, 6. You pull hard like this, 3 G's, 4 G's. There you go. If you need to turn quick, you can do that. Just remember to keep it under 7 or 8. About 8. So there's our targets lined up. You can see our HUD there, 22 nautical miles out. Perfect. And we're at 11,000 feet. So we're going for the carriers. We got 6 bombs. Carriers are pretty big. Not the ordnance we probably want to use on a carrier, bombs, but since we got 6 of them, we can just pepper it and we should be able to sink at least one of them with that. So gonna take off some speed here. And we're just gonna move over to the right here just a little bit. And the only reason I'm doing that is because the carriers over there that are 16 miles, I know how I positioned them with the island. So we want to have a good angle when we come in to hit them because it makes dropping the bombs a little bit easier. So as you can see, some planes flying out there. Blue on the radar means they're our guys, so that's a couple of the planes that were following me. I have them flying their own little flight path. They're not with us, but I can't really control them or do anything. They're just in the air to make it look cool. So they're flying their little thing and they'll just loop through the path that they have here. So, all right, so at some point, you're not going to see everything through the hood. You may have to move your head forward. You can see where the stuff is over there, but again, you can watch the green line here. So, and if you're leaning forward, you can see how the carriers are positioned. They're kind of positioned this way. So for dropping bombs, to make it easier for you, you need to drop the bombs along the parallel axis of it. You don't want to be going this way because it gives you less space. So the carrier this far apart from left to right is 20 feet, but from bow to stern to bow, it's like 300 feet. So it gives you way more room to drop the bombs. So I'm just gonna bank around here to the right a little bit and then lean back this way. There are the aircraft carriers. So this is all gonna go really fast. So because again, you're dive bombing pretty much. So now they're not shooting. If they're shooting, it's a different ball game, but this is just target practice. So we're gonna go for, as you can see down there, the one closest to the land, which is on our left. So all right, I got my hand on the throttle here. What you need to look at is this line in the middle of the hood that drops down. So the closer we get to a target, you'll see something at the bottom of the line going down. It'll be a caret. That's where the bombs are going to impact. When that impact point reaches where you want it to be, that's when you drop those bombs. Okay, grabbing the throttle. You can hear the speed brakes bringing our speed down. And then I'm pulling back on the stick here. All right. There we go. There they are in front of us there. So as you can see, I'm coming head on. This is a lot easier to hit going this way versus you know, the other way. Giving a little speed here. There's the circle. The circle is where the bombs go. And release, release,
Plug.
release.
Plug.
And throttle all the way up and pull up. You probably saw one explosion at least. You don't get to see too much. And now we're out of burner. And I'm hitting the brake. So we dropped 2 bombs. As we see, we got 6. We only got 4 left here. Top left up there, and there's our fighters in the HUD there. So we dropped 2. We are now going to bank to the left, little throttle here, and we're going to do a nice little hard turn here. More throttle, military speed, and I'm looking, my head is back, looking back for that turn that I need. There's the carrier there. I'm gonna overcompensate, go further to the left of it so I can then line up with it again. Throttle, afterburner here. And then I'm gonna ease the stick over to the right. Off of the throttle, brakes. And we're pretty lined up. I'm pitching down, looking for that circle. Brakes are on, looking for that circle. Looking for the circle. Come on, circle. Come on, circle. There it is. And release. Release. 2 more bombs. Throttle up. Boom. Boom. You can hear the explosion behind. All right. So that was 2 more. So we only had 6. We got 2 left. I think that might have sunk it. So we're at full afterburner here. And we're pitching the nose up. Getting up some speed here. 400. 420, 430, 440, and we are going to keep the speed, and we are going to pull back to our chest all the way, and we're doing a loop. So we are upside down, and now you'll see the sun, and there's the horizon, and there we go, horizon, and then a quick turn to the right or left to rotate the plane back level, and there we go. Brake out of the burner. You can see the aircraft carrier is gone, it's sunk, it's got some holes in it, it is sinking. So it took 4 bombs to blow that bad boy up. So you'd need a bunch of bombs if you were trying to blow up a few of these. So hitting the brakes, looking for that circle, looking for the circle, looking for the circle. There's a circle. Release, release, and turn. Boom, boom. You saw the explosion. Hits on the side, and we are out of bombs. So when you are out of ordnance, you say, I am Winchester. So you would say Sierra 11 Winchester on bombs. Winchester means you are out of. So instead of them saying Sierra 11, I'm out of bombs, they say Sierra 11 is Winchester on bombs. And again, Winchester means out of. So not much we got left. So there's the Vulcan and the Air ST, and now we have the anti-ship missiles. That's going to take some time to get the anti-ship missile. That one is more of a hands-off weapon. It's really cool, but it's very hands-off, and it's a little more complicated. So there's our bombs. We sunk one carrier, one carrier, and so we are now done with that ordnance. So I'm going to turn the master arm off, and we're headed back over here to the island to land. So comms, air traffic control, Callis Island, and
Sierra 11 tower, copy. Flight heading 135. You can expect runway 04.
Sierra 11 heading 135. So we're going to change this to 135. And it's super touchy. There we go. Throttle down. And nav. And there's where we need to head. And again, there's our bell there. So and that's pretty much it. As you can see here, our external fuel is at 61, 60, 59. So that means the fuel in our external tank is about done. When your external
Sierra 1-1 tower, cleared to land at runway 22.
Sierra 11 cleared to land on runway 22. So the fuel tank here, I'm going to scan, stationary, fly along, fixed, chase. So if you're looking here, we're gonna land, but need to do it quick. What I'm gonna do here is flip up the jettison switch and click on tank, and then underneath here you'll see a tank drop off. It's at 33. It's close enough. Boom. You just saw it drop off. There's the tank. So you get rid of dead weight, and that is dead weight. So you can't do this at home. But there's the runway. And when you get really good, you can make a quick turn like this to land in the runway here. So I'm gonna go to comms, wingman, flight, orbit.
Copy, radar.
All right, he's gonna orbit there. Gear down. Throttle. And we are down
Welcome
and
back.
brakes.
Follow the taxi path to your parking area.
Flaps up. And parking area is back the other way, so we're gonna give a little bit of juice here because they got us going all the way to the pretty much the end here. And we are going to take this first left here. It's not on the map for some reason. Oh, it is. So that's our turn right there. Brakes, slow down, speed 13, 12, up in the hood there on the left. So instead of me circling around and doubling back, I was close enough to the runway that I'm comfortable that I knew I could make that happen. You would probably not be able to make that happen, not at this point, but at some point you'll be to that confidence that, oh yeah, I can make that turn and land. Doesn't work like that in real life. they would have you probably circle around to go back over that. So, okay, moving on. Off of the throttle there. I didn't get to use the autopilot, but that's okay. Stuff is close on this map that, by the time I flipped on the autopilot, we'd be 15 miles outside of where we needed to be. So, back in the old days, you'd see planes flying, taxiing with the canopy open, but it's so noisy, it's just easier to have it closed. Let go of the stick. You don't do that normally, but I'll flip the canopy here. And as you can see, the canopy is up right there. Yeehaw! And canopy going back down. Yeah, it's just really noisy. So, this plane here is kind of like the current F-18 that the Navy uses to fly off of the carrier and what was in the Top Gun Maverick movie, if you will. Resembles that aircraft pretty much. They have 2 other aircraft and a helicopter that you can fly. The other aircraft is kind of like a /Osprey, like vertical takeoff plane that you can take off vertically. You don't have to go down a runway. You can, but you can take off vertically as well. The other aircraft is kind of like the F-35, which is the Air Force plane. That's kind of cool. It's got different layout, some of the same, it's got the same buttons, just different layout. I don't fly that one that much because it's a little more complicated, and I like this one because I just like this plane, the way it looks, the way it feels versus the other one, the F-35. They call it the F-45 here in the game though. So all right, we go back to hangar 1 down here. So now that we're getting close, hands are up in the air. Woo! We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna grab our grip here, grab our throttle, give a couple of taps on the brake here, slow us down for our final turn. There we go. All right, down and a turn of the wrist and a little bit more, turn straight, turn straight, turn straight, turn, just like driving a car, turn and straight. And there we go, lined up. Stick is good. Just looking over here at the throttle. A little depress to slow down, not a full. Remember, the brake is pressure sensitive.
Ready to rearm and refuel.
Ready to rearm and refuel. All right, we are in the hangar. And there we go. Brake on. All right, to rearm and refuel, you do have to shut pretty much things down. So, you can turn the HUD, that. Come on, monitor. And then engine up, engine down, engine down. And that off. So, forgot. Once you do that, and turn this back on, this one here, you can go to comms, ground, request rearm.
Copy. We'll get you set up.
So that just basically brings you back to this screen. So let's say you got a mission, you land, you need to rearm. This rearms your aircraft here. So we're out of the bomb, 0 of 3, 0 of 3. So we'd select that and we'd say equip again. there's our bombs back on the plane. So we just got 6 more of those. We hit back, so we could go and take out the other aircraft carrier now if we wanted to, and have a few extra bombs to hit something else. So that's how you do the rearm, and when you do that, you just say return to
You're
aircraft.
all set up. Good luck out there.
You're all set up. Good luck out there. So now we're right back. They turned the plane around. We're ready to take off. I don't know what plane that is, but it's kind of cool. You get to see other traffic out there, but that's it basically. So end of this tutorial. Next tutorial, I'll keep it a mystery as to what we'll do next. That's it.